What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to have a look at a bunch of new cards from OP-06. There have been a bunch of reveals, so we're going to go through a bunch of them nice and quickly here and show you some of the new cards that are coming out. Sound like fun? Awesome. A quick reminder that I have done the translations for these myself, as I always do. Although I have checked with some people who have posted the translations on Twitter as well. So starting off then, we have got ourselves a rather lovely new Kazan. Nice. And what we've got from Kazan is a free cost 5,000 power Navy guy. And we've got on play, draw 2 cards, and then put 2 cards from your hand to the bottom of your deck in any order you like. That's what it does. That's what we've got, ladies and gentlemen. It's cool. Honestly, it's quite nice. It is a free cost card that lets you draw some cards and put some cards back on the bottom of your deck. It's not pure draw, it is cycling cards more than it is really drawing. But you've got 5,000 power. Remember, that's the minimum you need to attack into a leader with a decent chance of success, because leaders generally have 5,000 power. So the tie goes to the attacker. You're forcing them to at least counter with 1,000, but you can build yourself up, obviously. And you get some draw power coming in at the same time. Not an out-and-out phenomenal broken stunning card or anything like that, but a very nice, fairly cheap card here, which will give you a little bit of draw power, and I think this is pretty gosh darn good. But hey, let's make a little bit of a theme here. Let's talk about some more Navy guys. Let's go and have a look at Zephyr, who is film/Navy, but still Navy, so it totally counts. And what we've got here is 7 cost, 7,000 power, and on play, Don -1, and you choose one of your opponent's characters and nullify all of their abilities this turn. Then, if that character has 5,000 power or less, KO it. Nice. Now, it's going to be interesting. We've not seen a card like this before. This is a very new thing, the whole nullifying abilities. I'm not sure how the ruling's going to go if they have no abilities. My inkling is, and this will be in the OP-06 FAQ, I'm convinced of it. My inkling is that if they don't have any abilities, you cannot nullify their abilities, and therefore you're not actually able to KO them, because the card says, after that. First you take away their power, and after you take away their powers, then you KO them if they've got 5,000 power or less. So it's an interesting card. Essentially, you're either KOing a small character, or you are massively nerfing a big character. If there's a big character sitting out there with a very good skill that you don't want them to be able to use, then you can come in here and basically just turn it off. Could be something as simple as just turning off blocker. It's not very exciting, but it would work. If they've got a really big blocker you can't KO, turn off their ability to block. There we go. Job's a good one. This is an interesting card. This is one to keep a little bit of an eye on. This one could be kind of fun. Cool. Cool. Now, that's not enough Navy dudes for the time being, I'm afraid, ladies and gentlemen. We need to look at least one more Navy dude in this video. So let's have a look at Sakazuki. 5 cost, 6,000 power, and on play, choose up to 1 2 cost or lower character, and return it to the bottom of its owner's deck. There we go. That, to be clear, it says a cost 2 or lower character. It doesn't say yours or your opponent's or anybody else's. What you could do is get one of your 2 cost or lower characters out the way, so that you can essentially, well, maybe draw into it later to get the on-play skill, depending on how fast you're going through your deck. But more than likely here, you're going to get rid of one of your opponents, and that's going to kind of make perfect sense here. Classic example would be something like Baby 5 from the Doflamingo deck we're going to be getting in OP-05. Activate main, pay 1, you may rest this character, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, reveal a Don Quixote Pirates character and add it to your hand, then place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. Basically, this lets you every turn go and search for a Don Quixote Pirates card, which honestly, after a while, is going to get pretty annoying. So use this to bump that off the field, as an example. That should work quite nicely. So yeah, get rid of Baby 5. That'll work. This one's alright. Again, we're not talking a game-breaking card here. It is a 5 cost that doesn't have a counter, but you got decent power and you can bump a 2 cost, and this is what blue does, frankly. This is what blue does. Blue comes along and gets rid of characters, plays a whole control thing, and in that regard, this'll work quite nicely. Speaking of blue, we do have another new blue we can have a little bit of a look at. We've got ourselves Geom. 4 cost, 5,000 power, counter plus 2,000. We like counter plus 2,000. That makes us happy. And during your turn, once per turn, when your opponent activates an event card, they have to place 1 card from their hand to the bottom of their deck. This is a very, very, very nice card. This is a really good card. Actually, I lied to you, ladies and gentlemen. This is another Navy card. Oh, good job we went to this, isn't it? I forgot we had this one as a Navy card. But this is a really good, potentially really impactful card. Because there are 2 things about this card which are great. Like, genuinely, legitimately great. Firstly, counter plus 2,000 is really good. Alright? That's the first thing. That's very good. Secondly, this is a great anti-event card. Because every time it's forcing your opponent to lose resources. They can activate event cards as much as they like, but in order to do so, they have to put a card from their hand on the bottom of their deck, and sooner or later, probably sooner, they are going to start running out of cards in their hand in order to get rid of, in order to play an event card. That's really good, ladies and gentlemen. That's really, really good. I mean, we just talked about Don Quixote do Flamingo a minute ago, so let's just go straight back to there. Now, if we look at the OP-04 Don Quixote do Flamingo, who is, of course, one of the top decks in the OP-04 meta, that's a deck built around event cards. Because what you've got is a leader that at the end of your turn sets 2 Don cards to active. And obviously, right, at the start of your turn, you're going to put all your Don cards active. The reason to do it going into your opponent's turn is either to activate skills or event cards. So this is going to be a great card against something like that. We don't have side decks in One Piece. That's not a thing. If we ever get side decks in One Piece, this is going to be a phenomenal side deck card. Because what you can do here is pop it in your side deck, and yes, I know we don't have side decks now, I've acknowledged that. But you can basically have it in your side deck, and any time you find yourself playing against a deck that relies on event cards, you whack this in, and job's a good un. This is just awesome. And I was really hoping I could get through a whole video theming it after Navy. I can't, ladies and gentlemen. I tried, I can't do it. We've seen Kazan, we've seen Zephyr, we've seen Sakazuki, we've seen Gion. That's the best I can do for now. So how about we finish with a ghost dog? Sounds fun, right? Who doesn't want to see a ghost dog? I want to see a ghost dog, ladies and gentlemen. I absolutely want to see a ghost dog. We've got an Upe. Lovely little ghost dog here. Thrillerbark Pirates, 2 cost, 3,000 power, counter plus 1,000, and on play and on KO, if your leader has the Thrillerbark Pirates type, draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards from your hand. So, as I always say with stuff like this, you're not gaining a card advantage. What you're doing is cycling through your cards, but you're seeing more cards, and of course, the 2 leaders that we've seen for Thrillerbark Pirates so far are Perona and Gecko Moria. And we've seen that Thrillerbark Pirates like to play from the trash. That's kind of the point of what they do. Gecko Moria literally lets you play a Thrillerbark Pirate character of a cost of 4 or less from the trash. That's kind of a thing. So we don't, and of course Black do play from the trash nowadays. It's something they've been doing really since OP-04. So that's kind of the point here. You're seeing more cards, that's a good thing, you will want to do, yay. But you're also building up your discard pile in a way which is going to help you activate a bunch of these black cards, which is a good thing, yay. And this all adds up to a pretty gosh darn good card. A 2 cost which essentially will end up drawing you 4 and discarding 4, that's very, very good. And yeah, it's counter plus 1,000, not 2,000, so you're not going to be great for countering. And yeah, fine. It's not really a great attacker. It's 3,000 power, so unless you're going after a weak-rested character, you are going to have to beef this up a bit in order to attack with it. But in terms of draw power, it's honestly kind of awesome, and I'm a big fan of this. Draw 2, discard 2 when you play. Draw 2, discard 2 when you get KO'd. This sounds pretty good to me. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. There's a bunch of new cards from OP-06. Tried to go all Navy. Failed going all Navy. Threw in a Ghost Dog at the end. That sounds alright by me. But now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to know what you think. I want to know which of these cards appeal to you. I want to know anything you want to tell me. So let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about One Piece and a bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.